Hey there, are you an online business manager, director of operations, or even a VA, and you're looking to level up your business? I want to talk to you about how to offer more value to your clients using data. So, hi there, my name is Carolyn O'Brien, and I help service providers in the online space use data to help their clients' business and ultimately help their business as well. So, are you tired of feeling like you're just viewed as another service provider, right? Someone who's kind of replaceable person on the team. One of the best things you can do is to start using data in your role to help offer strategic insight to your clients. In today's online world, right, data is no longer a nice to have. One of the great things about working in this online space is that there is so much data because much of our work we do is online and all of the software systems have different metrics that they're able to pull in. That's one of the key things for you to be able to help your clients with is looking at numbers to provide strategic decisions, right? They're not just looking for someone to do the tasks anymore. They're looking for people to help them make smart strategic decisions. A lot of people that I work with rely on guesswork, right? So a lot of the clients we work with are really emotionally tied to their business, which is great, but they're also too relying on kind of like gut decisions or gut instincts. Unfortunately, that only goes so far, right? When you can use data, you have numbers to back the decisions that you're making, and it really just eliminates the guesswork. You can actually make decisions on what's happening and not what you think is happening. So, how does data prove your value as a service provider, right? Imagine being able to say, well, your evergreen funnel, is converting at this rate, but the biggest kind of leaking point is the opt-in page, right? We're getting this many people to the opt-in page. It's only converting at maybe a 15%. And I think if we can make changes to this page and increase that conversion rate, ultimately the number of sales we have should increase as well. That is a lot more strategic and a lot more valuable than someone just saying your evergreen funnel seems to be bringing in sales on a regular basis, right? And so that level of insight makes you invaluable to your client. It's not just about tracking everything, right? It's about tracking the right things. So, what are the goals that the client has? What type of products are they offering? How are they generating leads? What do they want to see improve? What needs to be improved? What is working? What's not working? Tracking too many numbers is almost just as bad as not tracking enough. It's really a skill to learn to know what to track and to know how to take that information, offer insights, and then ultimately offer value. What are some tools you can use to help simplify data collection and analysis? Like I mentioned earlier, a lot of the softwares we use have their own analytics section and their own metrics section. And that's a great starting point. But if you're an online business manager or director of operations, you're going to want to try to aggregate that information in one central place in order for the big picture to be seen, right? If you have an evergreen funnel and you're maybe using a webinar software for one aspect, you're maybe using a landing page software for something else, and then a checkout page software for something else, right? Looking at information in those three different spots is not really going to be that helpful. You need to see it kind of big picture. So some of my favorite tools, Google Sheets, obviously, which, most people know how to use. It's a great way to collect data. It's really easy to collaborate with team members using Google Sheets. And then Looker Studio. So Looker Studio is a free software provided by Google. It connects really well to Google Sheets, and it's a great visual way to show your clients what's actually happening in their business, and you taking ownership of that process and really presenting it again makes you invaluable to the client. When you become invaluable, right, your role is just elevated. You're no longer just someone who is checking things off in Asana or your other project management tool. You're providing strategy, you're directing other team members, you're becoming that brainstorm partner to your client. That's one going to help you help the client's business grow revenue wise, profit wise. But ultimately, then you can also charge more for your services. You're providing more value. You have a new skill to be able to offer existing clients and new clients. When you can prove that your efforts are directly tied to an increase in sales or performance, it's a lot easier to justify charging more for your services. And you can prove it with the numbers. Offering data-backed insights is one of the most powerful ways to add more value to your clients. It makes you indispensables, allows you to guide strategy, and gives you the confidence to charge more. So if you want to learn more about this topic, I actually have a free training linked below where we cover a lot more of this in much more detail. So go check out the free training and then let me know if you have any questions.